Hi, I'm Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. I have a brand new wig here today to show you. I purchased this wig with my own funds. She is also available to purchase at Wig Studio One. The description of the wig and the link to Wig Studio One will be in the description box underneath this video. The wig is made by Estetica. The name of the wig is called Avalon, and the color of the wig is, let me find the tag here. I still have the tag on it. The color of the wig is Silver Sun RT8. Again, this is Avalon by Estetica. I like to call it Silver Burst every now and then. I'm not sure why I name her that, but it's really Silver Sun RT8, not Silver Burst. So she is a synthetic, non-heat defiant wig. These curls are part of it. Even after I wash it, these curls are going to come back. This wig has not been brushed, so you can see it's a little stringy, the curls here. The inside of the cap is get it here. It's a lace front, and it has a monofilament part, which means the lace is only going to be in the part area. It's not a full monofilament top, so it does give you this little part option for the lace, and it's called a mono part. And most of those are always going to be on the left side. That's why I prefer a full monofilament top, because I can part it on the right side, which I prefer. And when it's on the left side, you cannot change the part. I mean, you could, but it would look kind of silly. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wig on now. The purpose of my video today is I'm going to show you how I pluck out the part and the hairline. Still got the tag on there. I get a lot of questions on that. I did a video, but I didn't really show how to do it. I kind of demonstrated on a wig that already had it plucked out. So I'm going to brush through her real quick. Always use a wide tooth comb. It pulls less on the fibers and helps your wig stay nicer longer. And you can see as I'm brushing, those waves start to look less and less stringy. So let's go ahead and take a look at the part up close. That part right there, it's a little too perfect for me. Nobody has a natural part that is that straight and that perfect. Also, if I was to pull the bangs back, this is just a little too straight across for me. It's not bad actually, but I'm going to pluck out that hairline just a little bit also. So plucking out the part, I'm going to use just a simple pair of tweezers. I'm going to grab a clip here real quick and keep this side of the bang out of my face while I'm doing the part. I switch back and forth between the pointy end and the flat end. I don't know, whichever way it works the same for me. So what I want to do is go into the part, and I want to just start plucking at it. I'm not taking out a lot of hair at a time, just a little bit at a time. And by the way, I've never done this through a video camera before. I have a mirror up in front of me, and so I'm going to double check in there every now and then. But I'm just pulling at that center part. You're going to get a lot of loose hair. Let me double check things, okay? Oh, and there's my dog barking in the background. He's probably trying to let me know that a squirrel is crossing the street, because we have murderous squirrels in our town. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to pluck at this. And I'm also going to pluck down in this area too. What it does is it just kind of thins out the hair and how it lays. Because you don't want like a part and then like a big puffy hair that is laying on each side. So this video might be kind of long because I want to show you from start to finish. And there is no real rhyme or reason behind this, no real technique. The biggest thing I can say is don't try to make it look perfect. I'm going to brush some of those loose hairs out now. So you can already see that that is starting to look a little less perfect in the part. I'm still going to do some more though. Now the part is only going back so far. The lace on that mono part does go back a little farther, and I like to open that up a little bit too so that my part goes back a little bit farther, but that is all a personal preference also on how you want to wear it. Right back in here, I want to open this up a little bit. The main thing is you actually want to get the part a little crooked, a little jacked up, actually, because nobody has like perfect parts. Right, just a little bit more back in here. And again, I'm not taking out a ton of hair at a time, just a little here and there. And this is 1,000 times more challenging doing in a camera phone versus in my mirror. So it's actually taken me probably just a little longer than what it normally would. So again, now I'm going to get down here into just kind of off from the part and pull some of those hairs out as well. Okay, let me give it a brush. Yeah, that's starting to look a lot better. I'm going to get back here a little bit more. It's probably a boring video, but I think there's so many people that are afraid to pluck apart, and I wanted to show it. Sorry, I keep getting hair stuck in my face. I wanted to show it from start to finish so that you can really see just exactly what the process is. Let me brush this out some more. Starting to look better. Now, right here too, across this part of the hairline, I'm going to go in and I'm going to pluck that out too. That's a little thick in there. And again, nobody's hairline is that perfect right in there. So again, I'm just taking out little pieces at a time. I feel like I should have a story or something to tell while I'm doing this. So I'm going to go back a little bit farther into this part again because the lace does run a little deeper than where the part was when I took it out of the box. So again, it's not just always about plucking right in the hairline. It's about going back farther into it and pulling those hairs out. And what that does is it thins out the hairline area. Because unless you have like ridiculous thick hair, most people's hairline is kind of thinner and wispier around these edges. Okay. And I just keep doing it until I get it how I want it. But just do a little at a time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and brush this out again. See, that's looking not so perfect. The other one was just such a straight line. Could use a little more right in here. Okay. I think that side is looking better. See up in there. See, just starting to open it up in here. See how it's a little more jagged? It looks a little more natural. Speaking of natural, my nails. I've been remodeling my kitchen and doing a lot of painting, so I haven't been keeping up on my nails. I'm now finished, so I'm going to get those done. So just like I went along this part of the part, I'm going to do the same thing over here. This was kind of secured just to keep the bangs out of my eyes. So I'm going to go in and just pull out some of the hair in there too. Someone made a comment on one of these videos that I did. She said, I didn't realize you were wearing a wig at first when you were plucking at your part. And she says, I thought you were doing that to your own hair and your own scalp. I kind of got a kick out of that. I know beauty is pain, but that would be a little too much pain for me. Okay, I'm wanting, if you get these bumps in the back of your part where you're not really liking it, there's a little bit of permatease right there. So I'm gonna just pluck at that a little bit and thin that out. Permatease, for those of you who don't know, would be similar. It'd be like the same concept if you backcombed your hair to give it some lift, and it kind of gets that little ratty nest in there. That is what permatease is. The difference is you can't brush the permatease out like you can backcombing your hair. So it can make your wigs a little poofy, but you can always go in the same way I'm plucking at the part, you can also pluck at the permatease, like that spot in there. You can pluck that out and it will thin that out. Okay. Can I go do just a little bit more through here? Sorry, this is probably going to be like a 20-minute video when I'm done. So I'm kind of just jumping all over the place. I got the part opened up enough how I want it. Now I just want to make it a little thinner on both sides of the part. Okay, let me go ahead and brush this out. I rarely wear makeup, especially lipstick, but I do it for the videos so I'm not all washed out. So this hair getting stuck in my lipstick is not normal for me. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the hairline. And what I'm going to do first with it is I'm going to section off a piece of it back, because when you're plucking the hairline, it's not just about plucking along here. Because if you just keep plucking right here at the front, all you're going to do is keep receding that hairline back. You want to thin out from the, like underneath it. And so what I do is I section a piece of hair back. And then what I'm doing, as you can see, it's kind of parted, and I'm doing the same concept as what I would do at the part. I'm just pulling this hair out, and I'm making it thin out a little bit so it's not so thick at the hairline. Then I'm going to take some of it. I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to do the same thing right through here. I'm literally maybe taking 3 strands out at a time when I'm plucking at this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back now. I'm just going to kind of hold it here, and I'm going to go in. And again, I'm not going to be necessarily just right straight across here. You will see that I'm kind of back a little farther into the part. It's not right on the hairline here. Those hairs are fine. We want to thin it out back through here a little bit. And then I will do a little bit up at the front because I want it to look jagged. Think about your own hairline and what that looks like. And that's just what you're trying to achieve here with the hairline. I'm trying to get as close up as I can to show you. Okay, let me take this down and brush it out. Okay, so that's starting to look not so perfect in there. A little more natural. And what you'll also notice is it will help with the way your bangs are. They won't be falling in your face because it thins them out a little bit, but I still need a little bit more. Right in here where it's kind of thick. So you can see just by looking at this that this is pretty thinned out right in there. It's kind of back in here that I want to get a little bit more out of right here. There's it's kind of a thick spot there. Okay. Okay, so can you see a difference with that part and just even up through in here and in here? It looks a little more like your hairline. It's not so perfect. And if you see a spot that you think you just need some more out of, take some more out. Just do a little bit at a time. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is this bang right here. It's a heavy chunk, and so I'm going to grab my thinning shears. This will constantly, you can see right here, that is just like a heavy piece right through here, and that's always going to want to fall forward into my face because the heaviness of it is what's going to do that. So I'm going to take that, I'm just going to thin it out now. I'm just going to lift this up. Again, I'm going to go in with my thinning shears. These are not professional grade thinning shears. I did get them at Sally's, so they're not cheap, but they're not what it would be if I was a stylist in a salon. And it does what I need it to do. for me. Again, I'm not closing those all the way down when I'm thinning it out. I'm just kind of going in some spots. You can hear it. Let me brush that out. So see how that starts to go backwards now? It's starting to fall back there and lay the way you're gonna want it to lay. It's still a little thick right here. So I'm just gonna take care of that. I'm gonna grab the thinning shears. I'm gonna go in. And again, I'm not closing all the way down, just enough to take some of the hair out. You can see the difference in how it will lay just by clipping that little bit out. And sorry, but it's still a little thick right here. So I'm gonna take some more out and just do a little bit at a time. Now you're gonna get all these pieces of hair laying on the floor. You might have heard this story before, but don't take your vacuum and just vacuum it up. You'll blow the vacuum up. I've done that. It's still too thick right here. Make sure you sweep up the hair, especially this is a long wig, so there's a lot of long pieces, and I took the vacuum and I just ran it right over top of the big pile of hair, and all of the hair wrapped around the roller in the vacuum and started smoking. And well, we just took that right out to the garbage, and I ran and got a new one, and then had to deal with my husband. So now the other little trick that I do is, see these pieces of hair right here that want to just kind of fall down? These are long pieces of hair right here. These are the ones that like to fall in our face. I'm going to get a clip here real quick so I can show you. These are the pieces that fall in our face and drives us absolutely bonkers, because we're always like, how do I get these little flyaways out of here? Now, I have not cut this lace. You can see the lace line is right there. I'm going to take these little hairs and I'm just cutting them. Not cutting them right into, not short, I'm not cutting them right off. What I'm doing is just taking these little tiny pieces, and I'm going to make them into some baby hairs. And what that then does is it also gives you the look of a natural hairline. And those little tiny baby hairs there start to camouflage that little bit of lace. So then when you mess it up in there, see how that's starting to look like a natural hairline? Again, this is challenging doing it in my video camera, but I'm going to make it work. And whenever I feel these little pieces of hair that fall in my face, instead of getting frustrated and wondering how we can keep them out of our face, cut them, turn them into a useful piece of hair. So see that now? There's a piece of hair. This to me now looks more like a natural hairline. And if I pull my hair back, this looks more natural than that straight across perfect hairline and part that we had. So that is how, from start to finish, right out of the box, doing my part, my hairline, and even thinning, which, by the way, not gonna lie, it's still a little too thick in here for me. So I'm just gonna clip out some more. I think I'm at about 25 minutes on this video, And that is what it took to take a wig out of the box and make it look more natural. I don't have any product in this hair at all. Look at the difference on the way this bang is falling away from my face. And the lift that it's getting. Look how natural that looks up through there. I even have the little baby hairs like all women have. That is how I pluck apart, pluck my hairline, and thin any heaviness out of here that you want. So I hope that helps. Thank you for sticking with me through 25 minutes and following along. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so at Rachel's Wig Reform. You will get notifications on all of my new posts. And again, I'll do a brief review of the wig, but the purpose of my channel is to show you how you can take a wig and the things you don't like about it and make it into a wig that looks more natural for you. So I hope all these tips help. Please subscribe to my channel and we'll see you soon.